Hi, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Yelena.
Welcome to our tutorial on Surya Namaskara B, Ashtanga Sun Salutation B.
If you like our stuff, please make sure to comment and let us know what you want to see. Subscribe to our channel, and maybe share with someone you love.
Okay, so we've already put up a video on Surya Namaskara A, the Sun Salutation A, and you can watch that first because it has a lot of the same movements that are showing up in Surya Namaskara B, and we talked about them somewhat exhaustively. So we're going to focus in this tutorial more on the new movements that show up in Surya Namaskara B. And we're going to follow a similar pattern for it. We're going to start by going over the vinyasa, the breathing, moving actions, and the vinyasa count in Sanskrit. And then also the drishti, the gazing place that accompanies each of the counts. Okay? And then after we do that, we'll look at some of the movements that are unique to Surya Namaskara B.
And we should say, same as we did in the video about Surya Namaskara A, all that we're teaching and sharing with you is, of course, in context of Ashtanga Yoga, because that's all we teach, that's what we practice, and it's what we know.
And why would you do anything else? Okay, so we start in Samastiti, same standing position. In Ashtanga, after you do 5 Surya Namaskara A, you do 3 Surya Namaskara B. So we've just finished 5A in the sequence, and then Yekam, inhale, first vinyasa, that's what Yekam means. We come into Utkatasana, uneven posture, lifting the arms, the drishti is the thumbs. Dve, exhale, you fold hands to the floor, head towards the legs. This is now kind of like the Surya Namaskara A. Trini, inhale, your head up, straight arms. Chitwari, exhale, go back and lower down into Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, pull through into upward dog. Shat, exhale, go back, hips up, downward facing dog. Now here it changes up again. Sapta, inhale into Virabhadrasana A, the warrior one. You lift the arms, palms together, look at the thumbs. Ashtau, exhale, the hands down, step back, lower back down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Nava, inhale, upward facing dog. Dasha, exhale, back to downward facing dog. Ekadasha, left side. So left foot forward, right heel down, arms up, gaze on the thumbs. Dwadasha, exhale, hands down, step back, chin forward, lower down. Trayodasha, inhale, gaze on the nose and upward facing dog. And then Chaturdasha, exhale, hips up, downward facing dog. Now this last downward facing dog is what we call the state of the asana. It's the vinyasa that you hold. We hold for 5 breaths, and it's Nabu Drishti, gaze towards the navel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Panchadasha, inhale, step, walk or hop, feet to the hands, feet together, head up. And Shodasha, exhale, gaze in the nose as you fold, head down. Saptadasha, inhale, lift the arms, palms together, back into Utkatasana, and then exhale back to Samastiti. So there were 17 counts there in Sanskrit. And and we went over each of the breaths, and that's kind of the overall structure of it. But what we're going to look at now is more the movement into the unique movements of Surya Namaskara B, so Utkatasana and the Virabhadrasana, and also the alignment of those postures themselves. Okay? So starting again, Samastiti, on Utkatasana, one thing I want to mention first is that we only want to do what we're told in Ashtanga. We don't really want to do what we're not told. Doing what we're told is hard enough, right? So try not to add on extra stuff that doesn't need to be here. And I mention it here because I see a lot of crazy shit in Utkatasana. Like, people get this weird fixation with the floor where they have to drag their hands along the floor or do all sorts of stuff, very elaborate. Or with the arms, they'll kind of swing them back like they're going to do a dive, So you really don't need to do any of that. Watch what a straight line is here. It's very simple because you're starting here in Samastiti, feet together, arms by your side. And then the most direct, most efficient way into Utkatasana is Yekam. Inhale, you bend your knees and lift your arms up straight. The palms come together. When the knees bend, don't just bend your knees forward, stick your bum back as well, so you get this kind of zigzag shape in the torso. Your hips are at a slight anterior tilt, but you're using your core strength, your bandhas, to draw the tailbone down and the lower belly in. The spine is in extension and the arms are helping you with that, pulling the rib cage up. The arms are externally rotated, scapula rising up the back as she reaches through the arms. Palms touch. Knees together too. Okay? Exhale here, Ashtau, fold forward. So Yelena straightened the legs as she went down, and she can, right? But if you needed to, of course, you could always keep the knees bent. So you just keep the knees bent, hands to the floor, and you just straighten them as much as you can with the hands down on the floor. If the hands can't get flat, no problem. You're on your fingers. Eventually they'll come down if you keep practicing. But if you can get the hands flat on the floor, I want you to keep them there on the next vinyasa. So when you do Trini, inhale, try not to come onto your fingertips. Actually, try to keep the palms flat on the floor, push into the hands, and create just a little bit of roundness in the back. Yelena's got this unfortunate bump in the upper back. Just joking, that's her microphone. So what we want to do is create this curve where we're accessing the strength of the shoulders and the upper back, and then maintain that connection to the strength as you go back into Chaturanga Dandasana. So you keep pushing through the hands. And note, Yelena's elbows are over the wrists, the palms are flat, and the chin is forward, and the back is nice and straight. Okay, from here, inhale, you roll over the toes, come into upward facing dog, the arms spin in, you're pulling the chest through, and then exhale, go back into downward facing dog. We talk about those in depth in the other tutorial on Surya Namaskara. But now, we're going to step forward into Virabhadrasana. So Sapta, inhale, big step with the right foot. Now look what Yelena did, because she's fancy. She turns the left foot in first, and then steps the right foot forward, making a really big step and lifting the arms up. So she makes it look easy because she's Yelena, but that's pretty hard to do at first for a lot of people. So what you might need to do is come onto your toes first, get the hips to lift a little bit more so you have some clearance, and then step the right foot forward. You might not be able to get the right foot all the way forward on the inhale, so you might need to use your hand just to get the extra movement and take as many extra breaths as you need to at first. Then bring your left heel down, and bending the right knee as you lift your arms and your chest, you want to end up at the end of that inhale with the thigh parallel to the floor and the torso stretching up, kind of like Utkatasana was with the back. The spine is an extension. And you see Yelena's left foot is pointing straight out to the side. The outer edge of the left foot is down on the mat. Okay, and then exhale from here, Ashtau. She brings her hands flat to the floor first, pushes into the hands, lifts the back heel up, and then steps the right foot back and lowers down. Try not to go through any extra movements there, like going back to downward dog before you lower down. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale, go back into downward dog. Ekadasha, same thing on the left side. So inhale, if you want to do the fancy version, right heel down first, big step forward with the left foot. Make sure you step wide enough, long enough, so that when you bend the knee, the thigh can come parallel to the floor. Okay, nice, very deep lunge. That right hip stays back. Yelena's not trying to bring the right hip forward. She wants the right hip to stay back, the right thigh to stay rolled out so that it accommodates the angle of the foot. You can see the foot and the knee and the hip are all rolling out in the same direction. If she tries to bring this hip forward, it's going to torque the knee. So the hip stays back, the thigh stays back, but the rib cage goes forward. It's a really beautiful, dynamic kind of swoop through the body and the leg. And then exhale, Dwadasha, hands down, palms flat. Push through the hands as you step back and lower down. Trayodasha, inhale, upward dog. And Chaturdasha, exhale up into downward dog. And then again, 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember the posterior tilt. You're containing your sits bones, kind of puffing through the sacrum. You don't want to collapse your back. Okay? And then inhale, Panchadasha, shift the weight into the hands, step or hop, your feet to your hands, feet together. Keep the hands flat, so you're still pushing into the hands, lift your chin. Don't look up, keep the drishti on the nose. That's why we have drishti, we're told where to look. And then exhale, fold, Shodasha, head down, push into the hands, contain the elbows when you fold. Saptadasha, bend the knees again. Utkatasana, remember you sit back. So you're sitting down nice and low, like you're sitting in a chair. I always say a chair, not a bar stool, right? So you come down way down, yeah. And then exhale, straighten the legs as you bring your arms down. Everything happens at the same time, coming into Samastiti. Okay. Sorry, slow again?
My legs are working. I can feel my heart rate going up.
Such a good practice, Surya Namaskara.
We often get asked, how do we teach something like this to beginners? And honestly, we don't teach it any differently. The only cue that we would emphasize is take extra breaths, though we wouldn't count those extra breaths for them. We want, as the teachers, to pass the teachings on as honestly and as unedited as we can. So we would still call out inhale, exhale only, but if we notice that the breath is being held, which is quite common with these big movements of stepping forward, we would say breathe. Just take extra breaths, and then as the next movement comes, try to go back towards the correct breath, which in case of going up, it would be exhale, come down.
Yeah, I remember when I learned Surya Namaskara B, I couldn't step forward and lift the arms all on the inhale. And that's very common teaching other people as well. It's normal. So just make sure you're breathing, because it's yoga, right? You don't want to hold the breath. And you want your body to be fed the whole time with oxygen.
And the very fact that you are noticing that you are not breathing when doing the practice or doing these big moves is a right thing. You're noticing, you're becoming mindful of your breath, and then you change it to breathing. So inhaling or exhaling, whichever it is.
It's magic. It works even if you can't do it. Okay. Well, I hope that was helpful. If you did like it, make sure to like it. Please let us know if there's something else you want to see in the comment section. And make sure to subscribe to us and share this if you can. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.